With these Star Wars tips, you'll have the best time in a whole galaxy. Hit it! So let's start with the Rise of the Resistance ride at Hollywood Studios, the ride everyone wants to be on. As of summer 2021, you can get your group together at 6 a.m. So log on to the Disney app, pick the people that are joining you, and then wait. I had my phone clock and was using the clock on the TV also at the resort. At 6:59, I started hitting the refresh button every 5 seconds. After a few times, the screen paused and bam boom, I got in. I was using the Wi-Fi at Pop Century. Now my wife was also on her phone as a backup. Last time she got us in at group 11 and swears it was quicker to use her usual data plan, but this time, as you can see, I got us in group 37. Now, if you can use the Skyliner from certain resorts, do it. I'd say line up at least 30 minutes before they list the official start time for the Skyline going to that park. For us, it was 7:30 a.m. So we arrived at Hollywood Studios before 8, and even though it wasn't officially posted yet, we knew they would let us in around 8:30 since we were staying at a Disney resort. Now soon they will only let those staying at select, i.e. the more expensive resorts, in early. This sucks for people like me that only stay at the cheaper Disney resorts. Once in, you want to walk towards the left. The crowd on the right is going to ride the Slinky Dog at Toy Story Land, so it's important to stay towards the left. Since we walked quick and we knew we were going, we were able to be in the front because we knew they were going to let us get to a certain section, but not too much further. They won't let you get all the way into Galaxy's Edge just yet. Try to get to the center of the front, and also be nice and cool about it. Don't push or shove or cheat. We saw a few people sneak up past others, acting like they knew someone in the front, or they were lost and just happened to end up in the front. That's kind of stupid. Just be nice about it. Once they have enough cast members assembled, they can start walking you through towards the Star Wars section. Now today, Hollywood Studios officially opens at 9, but at 8:45 we were well on our way walking. Remember, do not walk in front of the cast members. Also, stay towards the middle, as on the ends you might run into trash cans or the corner of the sidewalks and lose your place. This is also a good time to make sure you're not behind a scooter or a stroller or a large family. Also, from the front, you can hold your phone up and get some cool photos without any people in them. So being that we were in group 37, I knew the Resistance ride would load up groups like 1 to 20 for a while. So we had plenty of time to keep walking to line up for the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run ride. When you make that turn for that ride, hug the wall, as people will be trying to get past you and cut in line. Just be respectful and hold your place. The big group will slowly form into a single file line, and you will pretty much walk onto this popular ride that will soon be an over an hour wait. This was my second time ever riding it, and again, the Puddin' and I were assigned to be the engineers, which means we'll be in the back and have to hit a bunch of buttons when they light up. Easy peasy. So I could easily video a little bit.
Pull back on the stick to fly out, and pull forward to fly down. Only one gunner. Axia! Pilots, line up behind the crane so we can harpoon that last car.
It's a cool ride, but I actually like Star Tours better. But more on that later. So after you're done with that ride, you can get some great photos, as it takes people a while to get to the back of the park in this section, and most of the people back here are already in line for the ride we were just on. Take lots of pictures and videos now, as this area will be crowded all day. And don't forget to look up, as characters can be anywhere. And if you're hungry, the Puddin' suggests the Ronto wrap. Now our Disney app now showed we had still over an hour to wait, so we jumped on the classic Star Tours ride. This ride opened up in the late 80s and became 3D back in 2013. They've also added some new screens. I like the screen where you fly in the snow under the AT-ATs and Boba Fett tries to get you. And don't forget to enjoy the amazing gift shop afterwards. Well, after shopping, it was finally our turn to line up. I'm sure many of you watched detailed versions of this epic ride, so I'll just run through it fast. If you watched the video from the first time I was here, you know that we rode it twice in April. The link for that video will be in the description. Enjoy every moment of this ride. All the details are amazing. Now after this scene with Rey, you'll be let outside. If possible, try to go to the right side, as that will be the front of the ship you'll be told to enter. From the front, you get a great view of the screen. You can take some cool photos without a lot of people in the way. Now many people think after this, the opposite side doors will open, but it's actually the same doors that you just walked through. So you want to get to that area to be out again so you can be one of the first people to grab some nice photos. Or hang back a little bit and be last after everyone else has walked through. Next is the interrogation part. Again, a great spot to grab pictures. This is where I should mention that this ride breaks down on average 3 to 4 times a day. For us, this is where it broke. But that's okay, as they will give you a fast pass of sorts to come back once it's running again. So we took this time to do Slinky Dog. I don't really like roller coasters, but afterwards we got an alert that the Star Wars was back up and running. We went right back, as you never know if it will break down again. So they let you start all the way back from the beginning. But let's go right to the heart of the ride.
Leave us.
Yes, General.
Enemies of the First Order. We will soon snuff out your meager resistance. You chose the wrong side, and now you will pay.
So we've been taken hostage, and things look bleak. Oh, here comes the resistance, and they put us in a space car or something. They tell this droid to take us to safety. After scrambling around in cars, we ended up in the front. Cool. Well, I mean, scary. Oh, look at the AT-ATs. Yippee! I love AT-ATs.
The escape pods just below us! Wait, why are you going up? I said down! Up is bad! Up is real bad!
Looks like Kylo is mad at us. Oh no. Now we have to squeeze past the big guns. Excuse us, just passing through here. And after the drop that makes you feel like your stomach's going through your mouth, you're outside. This is where the ride broke down the very first time we rode it a few months ago, and we got to do the whole thing over again. But this time we got through it all without a hitch. It's an amazing experience, over 15 minutes of pure Star Wars fun, and I hope everyone watching this gets a chance to do it. It seems like only currently about a third of the people in the park will get a chance to ride this ride. I think on our day they made it around boarding group 135. So if you're in those later boarding groups, 135, 140, 150, 155, it's going to be a tight squeeze to get you in for the day. You always want to obviously get a sooner boarding group. If not, Disney's rolling out a plan for those that don't get on the ride via the phone to pay extra for it. I think this sucks, so I hope it fails and goes back to the old way, as everything in life shouldn't be about who has the most money. But anyway, here's a tip. Go check out the location of the Star Wars launch bay way across the park. No one ever really goes there anymore. It's a great place to relax and get away from the crowds and check out Star Wars stuff. And some areas even have air conditioning. There's posters, movie props, scenes set up, which are a great location to get photos. We were there midday and no one was really inside. It was awesome. Take your time, go slow, and check out all this cool stuff. Now to complete your Star Wars journey, you have to check out Oga's Cantina. Now when we booked the park tickets and a resort, we waited till the 60 days in advance and looked up Oga's Cantina. Of course, it was instantly sold out. So on a whim, we just checked 2 days before leaving for our trip, and they had a few openings for the day we were going to be in the park. So we booked the latest one, which we figured would give us all day in the park, and then act as a perfect way to close out the day. Inside the canteen was awesome, and just as you would expect it to be. We got lucky and we were seated at the bar. I personally think the best views and overall feel are at the bar. I ordered the Cliff Dweller because it came in a collectible porg mug for just $35. They actually give you a new one in a box, so I felt like it was worth it. And it wasn't plastic, it was a really nice mug. They even have an Endor mug too, but that was even more money. While waiting, I made sure to put the coasters away that our great waitress gave us, so I wanted to keep them clean to bring them home. I could place my glass right on the counter anyway. I've been told that if you're cool to the bartenders, they'll obviously hand you a few more coasters anyway. Put in order this cool looking jello dessert. Pretty much like green jello with hot rocks. So hanging out at this bar, you just feel like you're part of a Star Wars movie. The room had such a cool feel to it. You could spend up to 40 minutes in there, but we left after about 25 minutes or so as we wanted to take photos of the area at night. It looked amazing, and all the crowds were mainly lined up near the Resistance ride, hoping their groups would make it in before the park closed. Well, I hope these tips help make your experience there the best it can be. Now for toys, Starting off with our resort's gift shop, I looked out that they just restocked the retro Mandalorian toy line, so I picked up a few I didn't have. And I tell you, if you're looking for a Grief Karga or a Quill, you'll have hundreds to choose from. Also in Disney Springs, the Star Wars store there had a new droid pack. I don't know if I missed it last time, this is the first time I saw it, so I bought it. You could find Star Wars stuff in the general Disney stores, and there's also a great Star Wars store there. So let's check that out. Whoa.
You want that waffle?
I do want that waffle. So many items. Low price items, keychains and magnets, to way higher price items.
Oh,
Sure.
200? That's
Get-
it?
I don't even know what the hell it is.
I don't know either. Normally the celery cases are like 1,000.
In the end, it's a lot of selection. And of course, Hollywood Studios Galaxy's Edge has tons of stores and a marketplace where you could pick up even more Star Wars merchandise. Just look at all these cool items. My credit card is never going to be the same.
Doors. Wash your hands often and cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Thank you for your cooperation.
Alright, so from Pooh and me, we hope you had a great time watching the video. We hope you can use those tips and have a great time at Galaxy's Edge. Any Star Wars fan is going to have an awesome time there, but those tips will help you make your time even more awesomer. Hope you like looking at all the toys that are coming in through the store. Bring a credit card, you're going to spend hundreds, I guarantee it. I'm going to show you now really quickly what I picked up there. Like I said in the video, I ordered the Cliff Dwellers drink. It's a non-alcoholic drink, and it comes with this porg mug. They gave me a new one in a box to bring home, which is nice. It says first edition. Oh, that's cool. But it's a nice mug. It's a heavy-duty mug, not plastic or anything like that, so you do have to be careful with it. So it is nice that they gave you the box. And these three coasters here. My favorite's the Rancor one. She put two on the table for myself and the pudding. I picked them up, put them away, keep them really nice. And then on the way out, she just handed me a third one. I do see these on eBay. People sell them for a few bucks, but it's better to get them free. So let's start with this guy. At a store in Hollywood Studios in the Galaxy Edge, in the big marketplace area. They had these wooden figures. Probably saw them on the video there. They had a Boba Fett one. I really wanted to get that one, but I think they were $20 each, yeah. So I just wanted to limit myself to one. Favorite character of anything is a Stormtrooper, so I got the Stormtrooper there. It seemed to be there were two or maybe three, I think just two kinds of these. Some did not have this little circle, but they're really cool. I think for 20 bucks it's kind of cool. Galaxy's Edge, I picked up this little thing here. It's kind of, it will always be a reminder of the time I had there, of the two times so far great times I've had at Galaxy's Edge. Also from Galaxy's Edge, I picked up this AT-AT model. Not great at models, but I think it's an easy, just little plastic snap-on thing here. So it'll be a cool looking AT-AT once that gets all ready and made. This was a little more hefty of a price. This was $29.99, so $30 US if you want a little AT-AT model there. But I'm a big fan of the Stormtroopers, a big fan of the AT-AT, so had to get it. Right, Pooh? Ah, Pooh, you don't know. I did not do the lightsaber option again or the droid option again. Both times I've been there, I've passed on those just a little too much. Although I saw a lot of kids at the airport playing with their droids. Looks fun, something to do. I'll probably just get to hold off and just get like an R2 remote control thing eventually sometime. But at the Droid Factory, they have a lot of cool figures and stuff. This one, I don't think I saw this one last time I was there in April, but this time in September I saw it, so I picked it up. I don't know if it's a new release, but you have the R6LE5 and R2 SHP, those two blue things. It was really what sold it for me. I really like those blue figures there. Now that Joy Figured Shop, last time I was there, they had Forlorn and CB23. I did not see these figures there this time. I don't know if they're discontinued or not. They're $12.99 a pop. I am seeing them on eBay for about 3 times this price. So maybe some people know that they won't be coming back out with these. Who knows? But I'm glad I picked them up in April because I did not see them there in September whatsoever. What I did see in some of the stores, and including, I think in a Droid Factory, but for sure I saw them at a few of the stores that were carrying the Star Wars figures, was this new RC Witch, the W1CH, also for $12.99. I am seeing it on eBay starting to pop up. People are paying a little more because I think it's only sold at the parks. It's kind of cheesy. It's for Halloween, just came out. He's got a little witch hat on, sort of like an R2 unit thing or whatever, but you know, I just like how it looks, and I try to get all the droids. Big fan of the droids, so I picked up that. Now, since it's Florida and it's hot, I brought a lot of t-shirts. So what I do is I wrap these figures in my t-shirt, and that way when I carry my luggage on, they're not going to get smashed or moved around or anything like that in case the stewardess puts another heavy bag on top of my bag. And last but not least, all over, they were restocking the retro line of the Mandalorian. All the stores around me, the Walmarts, the Super Targets, they've been out of the regular line and the retro line for some time now. I could just never find pretty much any Star Wars figure of the classic old style figure. They are never on the pegs at any of these stores. So I did pick up Cara Dune last time I was there, and I just sold her. I didn't feel like owning her. But when the retro style came out, I figured, why not? You know, pick it up for list price. I think these were $13.99 each. So for list price, I'll pick that up. Also, this guy here, the retro style, and the child. This is, you always want to know what figures you have. I actually had the child before, but I don't have them on the retro card. I just have them on the plain card. So I'll probably just get rid of the plain card one and get the retro, put that up with the Mandalorian and the other figure I have from that series. I think there's just maybe 2 more that I don't have, but I don't know if I'm going to get those figures. But anyway, all in all, spent a little bit, but it's worth it. It's a great time, and hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.